So again, this is page, I think these are on page 35, so we're doing questions 4 to 10 here. So again, pause the video or try and beat me to the answer, it's up to you. So we've got 25 to the power of a half, so I know a fractional power means square root. So that's the square root of 25, the square root of 25 is 5. Here I've got 6 to the power of minus 2. I've got a negative in there. That means the 6 is on the wrong side of the line. It should be 1 over 6 squared. And 6 squared, 6 by 6, 36. Here I've got 77 to the power of 0. And that's an easy one. Anything to the power of 0 must be 1. Here I've got 16 to the power of a half. A half is another way, the power of a half is another way of saying square root of 16. The square root of 16 is 4. Then I've got 5 to the power of minus 1. Power of minus 1 just means 1 over. So that's 1 over 5 to the power of 1. And 5 to the power of 1 is just 5. And then I've got 9 to the power of a half. Power of a half means square root. So that's the square root of 9, which is 3. 9 to the power of minus a half. The minus means the 9's on the wrong side of the line. So it's 1 over 9 to the power of a half. A power of a half means the square root. And the square root of 9 is 3. So my answer is 1/3. Okay, moving on to questions 11 to 15. Here I've got 100 to the power of a half. Power of a half means the square root of 100. And the square root of 100 is 10. Here I have 100 to the power of minus a half. The minus means the 100 should be on the other side of the line, or should be the denominator. So it's 1 over 100 to the power of a half. Power of a half means square root of 100. So that's 1 over 10. 1,000 to the power of a third. So just like a half is a square root, 1/3 is a cube root, or a third root here, of 1,000. So you might know it straight off in your head. What number multiplied by itself 3 times will give me 1,000? 10 by 10 is 100, by 10 is 1,000. So that's just 10. 16 to the power of a quarter. So just like 1/3 was the cube root, the power of 1/4 is the fourth root. So we're asking ourselves, what number multiplied by itself 4 times will give me 16? The answer is 2. Just remember, you have a button on your calculator. It's a square root sign with a little square in here where you can put in any number you like. And finally, 15 to the power of a half. So the first thing that we need to note is that his half, when the power is outside the brackets, it applies to everything inside the brackets. So that's 4 to the power of a half over 9 to the power of a half. The power of a half means square root. So square root of 4 over square root of 9. The square root of 4 is 2, and the square root of 9 is 3.